يا ستيفن. اخيرا لحقتني فعلا. بفكر ابقى نشيط على ابقى اكتف على اليوتيوب شويه الفتره دي اعمل شير بس على على الفيس. هلو هلو. Hello guys, again another quick demo for my new IMM brush. I want to thank you guys for your support, and I don't know what to say, but it's already trending on Artstation Marketplace, so thanks for that. A couple of people made a quick review too, so So I'm going to block out this Hulk from Marvel Rivals using my new IMM brush again. As you can see, I have a couple of heads here. This one and this one. I would say if you're a beginner, you should use this one. It has a much lower poly count, so it's going to be much easier for you to achieve your volumes. Again, you have your main loops of the face, your main landmarks, so it won't be super difficult to use. For me personally, I still use this one because basically I have all the facial features, not some landmarks like this. All the facial features are already here on this IM brush. So let's get started with his head. So for his head, his eyes, as I can see, is a bit smaller. So I masked his eyes. Let's enable local symmetry here. I masked his eyes, push them together. He has a blocky head, almost a square shape. So again, I'll try to achieve that as fast as possible. His nose. Most superhero characters have their nose a bit upward like this, and they're a bit small. And because this is a superhero and a Hulk, he has a wide jaw. His chin is pretty wide too. So then I'll try to achieve that. Um, I'll make his angry look by moving this the eyebrows. See this edge loop, this mask here. I'll move it down just to achieve the angry look on his face. I can see he's going to have a pretty pronounced eyebrows here. Oh, let's disable spotlight projection. I'll use the damn standard brush to push these points inwards to make this pony landmark a little bit more visible. As you can see, his muscles, the muscles on his face are really exaggerated in the concept here. So again, I'm going to inflate these, push these inward a little. He has a very small cheekbones. So these two edge loops here, these are the the cheekbones here. So I'll push them up a little just to achieve this look from the 3/4 view here. For his mouth, as you can see, his mouth, these two edge loops. Let's mark them. These two edge loops are going to represent his mouth for me. So I'll push them inward a little. See, I don't focus on the details or anything. I just want to achieve a general look for his mouth. So I'll try to achieve the see this plane here from his chin. Let's make this just by pushing this point here. The plane I want to achieve here. Let's push this. Something like that. Let's mask his eyes because they are a bit huge for a character like this. Um, for his chin again, his chin, I can make it a bit more wide than that by using a big move brush. To be honest, I kinda missing the move elastic from Blender here. I know ZBrush has an elastic option for the brushes I can enable, but the behavior of the brush is pretty different in Blender. I would say it's much better in Blender, to be honest. I tried a few options to achieve a similar result in ZBrush, but I just couldn't do it. So I think I'll have to make a quick demo how I use these brushes in Blender. Mm. Again, see this triangle here. Let's mark this. See this? This is the crease here caused by the muscles. I want to increase it a little. As you can see here, you can see the crease. It's pretty obvious here on the concept. So I don't quite like the look his mouth. So again, don't be afraid of pushing the points to frame like this, because it's a low poly primitive, so you can easily push the proportions and all the landmarks you have without worrying too much about destroying your details, because basically you don't have any details yet. So again, as you can see, the chewy muscle here, again, it forms a landmark here, so pretty visible on the concept here. So just trying to achieve just a general look here as face. Try to achieve the boxy shape here for his head. Again, I don't really care about being super accurate. Just showing you how I use them. Again, I don't like the shape of his nose from the side view, so trying to fix it a little here. Okay. Trying to fix the base here for his muscle, facial muscles here. Yeah, this will do. Now uh let's fix this first. Because his head is too long here. Let's add his neck. I think I forgot to fix the orientation. His neck. So I added his neck, adjusting the rotation of his neck, the position of his neck. I can easily scale or inflate. Just press Control and on this square here and drag to the drag away from the square. Now you have what do you think is better, quadri measure or zero measure? Um, they're basically the same. Both are fine, actually. But I will say that I feel zero measure gives you much better result and gives you much better control over your edge flow. So But for daily use, both do the job basically. I think I made his neck too generic. The IMM neck. I have to push a few points here to get my volumes right for his neck here. But yeah, as you can see, again, there's a very few efforts, a very small effort. I could achieve the the shape I want. Let's add his ears. So, cause he looks too weird without his ears. Again, his ears is another IMM brush I have. Let's rotate it a little here. Push it down a little. Again, all your landmarks for his ears are here. So you won't do any crazy work to achieve your volumes. Let's split and mask again for his ear. Again, a general look for his ear based on the concept here. Yeah, his his head is now much better, much better. So let's start the fun part. Let's add his torso. Now the fun begins. So let's add his torso. This one. Drag. This is his torso. Um, let's scale this up. Let's split and mask. Just move it in place like this. Again, let let's use select lasso. I want to show you a few things here. Once you insert his torso, see, each muscle group um, has its own polygroups like this. As you can see, this is this is the clavicle, for example. This is the part representing the rib cage. This is his abs. All the muscles, even the back muscle, the lats, the trapezius, the muscles on the clavicle. Basically, all the landmarks are here, polygrouped, so you can you can easily show the muscle flow already while you're sculpting. As you can see here, I want to just match the trapezius with the rest of his neck IMM brush like this. Again, not not trying to be super accurate at this stage. Let's move this upward a little. Let's inflate this. Again, let's inflate the whole thing here. Let's even scale it to the side like this. Let's scale this up a little bit more because I feel his head is too big here. Again, just matching the muscles here. Okay, now let's start working in on each muscle. So for his let's move the mask a little, blur the mask. For his back muscles, let's add a volume here. Oh, let's add a volume to the whole character here. Then I'll go back to adjust each single muscle. Let's add volume to the whole thing first. Especially on his back, his left, and a bit wider here. Let's move this up. Move the chest muscles again, a little bit up here. As you can see, his obliques are visible here. So I'll just add a crease along this line here. Make a crease along the external oblique. Scale the obliques up a little. Fixing the back muscles here. Make the trapezius a bit more you like the concept here. So because his oblique his is too muscular, so I want to make a rotation here. For his chest muscles. Basically the whole thing here. Yeah, something like this. Let's invert the mask and continue walking on this. These muscles are a bit pronounced again. Use the inflate brush or the obliques too here. See, I can mask pretty much any muscle group I want to achieve the right volumes and the right shapes for them. This triangle, by the way, is the where you attach the deltoid. I'll show you that in a second. So I just marked this for you, so you will know. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Just a moment. Trying to fix the volumes here a little. Think I can scale this down just a tiny bit here. Just his chest muscles. I don't want anything to be scaled down except his chest muscle. And Still feel his head is a bit too big. So I'll scale this down a little bit. Yeah, something like this. Maybe scale this direction too. So yeah, something like that for his torso will do the job. So now I will add his deltoid. Again, his deltoid will just go right here. See the triangle I was talking about here? I'll just tuck the deltoid here and adjust the volumes the way I want, adjusting the scale too. So the deltoid is a bit too wide on the concept, so I'll just make it wide like the concept. Again, see this. This is where you attach the deltoid. This is the spine of the scapula. So I'll push this one. The try to achieve the lock of his deltoid from his back like this. Again, pretty wide deltoid here. You want to have this triangle the same as the concept, a small portion of this triangle here. The trapezius should go this way. I feel like I can improve the this IMM brush a little bit more because I think it has a few problems with the for example, the poly count is too low on his deltoid compared to the other part of his body. So well, I will try to make a better version of his deltoid later. So and yeah, I will make the a few people were asking about a female IMM brush, so I'm gonna update it with the female shapes, female primitives in a couple of days. So stay tuned for that. See this line. I want to be this to be visible from the side view here. Basically the back muscles or the muscles on the scapula. I want them to be visible, so I will make them visible here. Well, from this point, I can I can add the you know what? Let's add his arm. Let's use the IMM upper arm. This one. Let's drag like this. Again, let's split and mask. As you can see, all the muscles, the bicep, the tricep, the tendon here, all the important anatomically landmark are here. Can basically use these as a guide as I'm using them right now, because I'm basically using them as a guide for my other details I want to add. So I just use the an inflation here. I'll push this backward a little. This tendon burst is a bit too huge, so and the the triceps is too small. But again, this is just because the deltoids and the sorry, that's for that. I'll just test this a little, scale this down. I want this part, this green part. See this muscles, the biceps brachii, I think. It's too huge and visible here, so I'll make them visible. Make the triceps visible too from his back. Yeah, like this. As you can see, really the deltoid can use a bit more volumes, a bit more poly count here. It's going to be much easier to control. Let's scale this down. Hey Max, thanks. Doing these demos really helps me with the decisions I want to make. For example, here the arm gives me a bit of a trouble here to get right with respect to all the muscles here. So I'll try another solution I had in mind was his arm. I want to use. I'll try it. I will try and update the IMM brush with a better solution for his arm. Again, I'm a bit lazy here. I can't achieve the look of his arm much faster, so I'll try to work on something to fix that, to make the process a bit more faster than this. So, I think I think his arm looks okay now. Maybe it's a bit long and a bit off proportion, but we can fix that later. I'll show you how. But right now, I think it looks decent. So now let's add his lower arm. Let's add his lower arm now. Again, just put this in place, adjusting the scale like this. I made it a little bit too short. And for the rotation, I want to match. I'll show you in a moment. See this center line here? I wanted to match this center line from his biceps and triceps. So I'll just use the inflate now after matching these these center lines. Every edge loop here, guys, are here to help you basically. And I mean it by saying each single edge loop is here to help you achieve your volumes. Oh, I want to make the basically this line go um behind the muscles here. As you can see, I'm going back and forth between these two muscles, these two primitives I have. So I'll make this a little bit more thin. I'll push this down again. Oh, I want to show you guys. See this triangular shape here and this one. I'm trying to fit this one in here and push this one inwards and basically match. After that, matching the shape of the tendon here. After that, so and again, see this triangle here. I want to scale this only this triangle. Want to make a little bit mold here. Again, adjusting the shape of the muscles right here. I want a peak point here for the brachioradialis here, and a big point here, like this. See the silhouette here. I think it's nice this way. The the triceps here. I want to improve the shape a little. See again this line and this line, this center line is where you put your brachioradialis, and this one is for his trapezius, for his tricep, basically. See? Again, just trying to fit the arm, then I will try to achieve the shape I can see here and the overall volumes of his arm muscle. But overall, it's fine. It looks okay now. remember the triangle here. I'll just push this one upwards. And I really can't resist the editing a few proportions here. So right now I want to add the let's add his pelvis before start working on his hand. Let's add his pelvis right here, just like that. Oh, for the arm, I really like to let uh, select the arm. Let's make a new folder. Name it arm. I'll hide this. I'll use split and mask. Okay, one other thing I want to add is the is a few edge loops for his pelvis. Because again, this is a bit too low. His poly count, the pelvis poly count is a bit too low to work with. So each time I add his pelvis and move the points of his pelvis in place, I always think, why don't I include it in the first place on the on his torso? I think I'm going to make a version including the torso on his including his pelvis on his torso primitive. So I'll just use the what I have for now. Again, don't like any weird intersection here to happen. So after adding the pelvis, I'll always react to all the other pieces I had. So before continue working on his body, I think his torso need to be a bit more wider than that, but I can easily fix that. Again, this is so easy because it's super low poly, so editing the volumes is pretty easy. So let's add his hand, and I want to try the hand number one. I made here. I made a few edits for his hands. I use a single primitive and I have something to represent the space between his fingers. A small triangle here representing the small flesh. I don't really know the name of the muscle terms for them. So yeah, even me don't know the informations. Again, after putting this in place, I just rotate it and push this inwards. See, this edge loop just is this is just a placeholder for his wrist here. So I always smooth it out like this to make the hand fit perfectly. Because basically um the only problem I always see when sculpting the hand is the how you place them. How you place is your hands on your character blockout. As the placement is causing a lot of it's causing a lot of trouble for for a few people. So I made this as a guide too. So this is how you add his wrist, his palm. So basically now I want to insert his fingers, which I also made a an IMM brush for them. So let's add his thumb first. As you can see here, this is where you put his thumb, this edge loop here, this polygroup here. So just drag like this, and you'll have your thumb in the right position. You can even use dynamic symmetry on this, on the thumb. Let's split and mask again. Let's inflate this. Like this. You have your thumb in the right place and with the is basically the right proportion if you fit it right in this position. So this is because the misplacement here is caused by the dynamic symmetry. So I don't really care about dynamic symmetry for now. I'll keep working on this side, and I can easily uh, work on the other side. See, with dynamic symmetry on, I can, if I want, I can sculpt his thumb with a mirror on the local rotation I have for this finger. So I can easily make any adjustment I want. Let's disable look at symmetry for now. Just to start working on his palm here a little. Because I will start putting the fingers. I want the scale right, basically. So let's add the add his finger now. Again, at this place, his finger. Let's enable dynamic symmetry. Let's split and mask. Scale this down a little because I want it to be the same length for his with his palm here. I can move the point here a little bit more upward. Scale this down a little. Again, with dynamic symmetry on, I can always sculpt and achieve the look of his fingers with ease. Okay, let's say this is the right placement for his finger, and this is the shape I want for his finger. How I'm going to sculpt the other fingers, for example. So the thing is, you will not sculpt the other fingers. You will just use, oh, you will just duplicate the finger here, make it as a separate subtool, move it to the right, scale it up, move it in place, scale it up a little bit more, making sure you place them in the right position here. Make a quick rotation for this, move it down, add a quick rotation here, just to make it um just to make it a little bit more relaxed pose. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Let's disable local symmetry. Just testing the a theory here, guys. Just a quick test for the knuckle shape I have. See if it really works, or if I want to have a few edge loops here and there. Let's duplicate this. Again, a small rotation. Small rotation, enable dynamic lockout symmetry. Scale this down, move it down a little. Rotate it a bit more. Again, to make it a bit more relaxed. So let's duplicate this to make the pinky. Scale this down, scale this down. rotate it like this. And this is his hands. Again, the proportions are not good here. But yeah, we can easily fix this. But let's fix the symmetry here first. Mirror, mirror and weld. Mirror, mirror and weld. Yeah. Uh, I'm going to scale the whole hand down because they are too huge right now. So I don't want to scale his, or maybe we can include this the forearm here. Let's mask this area here using mask lasso. Let's blur the mask. Let's scale this down by using dynamic symmetry again. Let's scale this down a little. Let's rotate it a little bit and scale this down. Let's inflate this. Um, well, at this point, I really want to I really want to basically merge all these shapes together, but I won't merge them just yet. Let's save first. Let's name it whole convert for 0. Let let's press T-pose mesh. Let's enable symmetry using a very big brush. Yeah, this is pretty much the how I want it to look. I want his arm and his hands to look. Let's fix it even more. Let's inflate the triceps here, because honestly the triceps are a bit low poly and a bit thin. The proportions are not right basically, so let's try to achieve a better result here. Before committing anything, let's check. Let's one last check here. Again, his hands are a bit too huge. So let's scale this down a little bit here. Let's press T-pose subtool. Now I have edited the shape of his hand. Again, I want to make his torso a little bit more wide, but you know, now let's add. That's going to be a pretty straightforward. This one. Let's hide his arm. Let's add his his leg, his upper leg here. Oh, his upper leg. This one. Yeah. Like this. Increase the volumes here. Let's increase the volumes. Increase the scale. Scale this down. Let me a little bit of a rotation here. See this point here? I want it to basically touch the scapula and the pelvis like this. Let's scale this down. Oh, let's rotate this first. Let's scale this in the y direction like this. Move this backward a little. Destroy the shapes basically. Again, now I only care about the placement and a little bit about the volumes here and there. As you can see, let's press unmask here. I don't like any. I don't like the mirror here. So let's improve the muscles, giving this a bit more of a volume here. See, again, all the important landmarks are already here for you. So you won't need to work too much to achieve it here. Because basically you have a guide, all these edge loops representing again something. I can add a crease here to separate the muscles, the hamstring here from the quad in the front here. And try to give the muscle shape I want. And don't worry about the pelvis. I'll eventually merge the pelvis, the and the torso together in a moment. Trying to make a square shape here. Try to cover this area with the volume here. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I'm really enjoying working on the on anatomy. Working on low poly anatomy like this is super refreshing. This is the sartorius. Very important landmark, actually. The sartorius here. I'll merge these to adjust the posture a little bit, but uh, let let's add the lower leg now. Let's add his lower leg here. See, I can just use inflate to achieve the shape I want, basically. So let's inflate a little here. Let's deflate this. Move it to the side. Inflate. Again, as you can see from his the silhouette here, I want to push this one to the side just to improve the silhouette of his knees, his lower leg, the calf muscle here. I push it. So now I have his leg. Let's add his feet now. Let's add his feet and make the final touch after that. Again, his feet on IMM brush. Like this. Move it in place. Let's press mirror, mirror on weld. Scale this up. Let's enable local symmetry first. Scale this up a little. And split and mask. Let's scale this up. Inflate. Using inflate again. Move it up in place like this. Inflate again. Move it to the side. So, uh, now we have our leg. This is the pony landmark here. Trying to have the angry face. Again, just trying to get the right proportion for his leg and his feet. Let's add more volume here. Fix the silhouette. Yeah. His feet is a little bit huge, I think. So I'll just deflate them or scale them like this. Yeah, I think this is much better in terms of scale. Or Um, uh, so now I want to edit the whole thing here. So let's edit this whole without his arm, of course. Let's edit the whole character just to achieve his face, his the right proportion. Because I feel the proportions are way off, I think. Let's compare the proportion of his leg. Yeah, just as expected. The uh, the proportions are way too off. I'll try to make it work proportionally right from the this view. Let's say first underscore one. Let's save another version here just in case. So let's use T-pose mesh. Again, activate symmetry. What I want to do now is just use a large move brush to move the whole thing around like this. See, I'm not really afraid of destroying my character, so usually the wideness of the torso coming is coming from his back. So I'll just push the back a little. See the end of the chest is need to go down a little. The belly button here need to go a little bit more down. Yeah, I think something like this from the front view. Once I add the edit on the front view, I always react to all the other views. Which I'm going to basically just add a few more volumes here and there. I always want, by the way, I always want to add a few edge loops here. But here in ZBrush, I don't know why, but it keeps you know, it should terminate in this triangle, but instead it's going to the it's going to loop around to find the most the closest edge loop here, poly loop basically. So this is a poly loop. I do want to add a few lines here, but anyway. in his face, I need to achieve the look of his face. Yeah, something like this. Put this upward. Let's use move topological now, just to fix his head a little, fix the shape of the skull. Again, pushing a few points here to achieve the planes you can see here for with his chin. This up because the want to capture the angle of these muscles, as I said before. Let's enable perspective for a second here. Let's mask this out. Disable perspective for a second. Scale it up a little. Let's inflate these muscles to need a bit of an inflation. I'm almost done, guys. So if you have any question about this, feel free to ask. Yeah, just like that. Well, almost the now it's all at almost the same proportion. feel like I can make it a little bit more wider than that. Again, from just his back muscles here on the left and the oblique a little, just a little bit though, not too much. Not don't want to exaggerate it any further than that. Again, just adjusting the proportions here. Well, what I need to do now is make a quick save. Press the pause subtool again. Unhide his arm. Because, you know, as you can see, his arm is not great. Just move his arm in place like this. Kill it down. Kill the whole thing down. Inflate a little. I don't want to inflate his fingers though. Let's select these two. Let's deselect his fingers. Let's select his hands and yeah, these two. And inflate this a bit. Just a little bit. See, all his fingers kept their axes almost, you know, because I edit the whole thing before that, so the mirror axes are a bit off. Let's rotate it this direction. So I think this is the final result. But let's again make a quick save first. Let's, let's save another version. Merge. I'll just name it merge. Yeah. Let's merge all these subtools together. Let's delete this folder. I don't want it anymore. Let's press merge down. All was okay. Just like that. Let's fix the view proportions here for calling it a day. See this angle. I want to achieve it actually. Yeah, from the three-quarter view, I like this. Really like what I have here. Yeah, just like that. Let's push this one upward a little. Let's use the inflate brush here. Now I have the complete blockout. I really think I need to add a couple of edge loops here to make a better representation for his apps. But yeah, overall, I think this is a uh pretty good result on almost 2 hours. I think we have our character here. We have everything we need basically to represent Hulk. And I can easily I can always push these points as I want, because again, this is really a uh non-destructive workflow, because this is all low poly. You don't and with all the muscles details you want. So with this kind of information and this kind of shape, you can achieve anything basically. I'll tell you something. You with these brushes, you have an advantage. One, you have all the muscular information you have, so you can trace on them with your pen, and you're going to have your muscle detail. And two, you have this is a very low poly count, has a very low poly count. So if you want to edit the proportions, you won't have any trouble with that, because basically this is a low poly, so you can easily edit your proportions and edit your and achieve your shape, any shape you want, basically, with these primitive, with these low poly primitive. As you can see, all the muscles, all the important landmarks are here. And by all, I mean it. All the important landmarks you want, you're going to find them here. I use this triangle to keep the shape consistent a little bit. So I use this triangle to make the uh, the landmark uh, of these muscles. Cool, Max. Let me see what you can do with these once you finish your sculpt, of course. And if you have any feedback, anything you're struggling with, please send me a message. I'm happy to help. Because I'm going to improve it. I'm going to include a female proportions IMM anatomy brush also. So I have a workflow after the merging and remeshing cleanups. Mm, it depends. Actually, it depends on your goals. Because my goal here is just showing my brush. So I don't really care about the details. But if you are working on a game character or a 3D print, you basically want to merge, clean up, maybe doing a retopology, manual retopology for some parts. Depends on your goal with your character, but it's all the same. The sculpting is the same. It's just your work, your goal with this. Because if you are going to make a game character out of the high poly, you need to keep your poly count a bit low than usual. If you are going to make a 3D print, you are going to make sure it's watertight, for example. Don't want any floating geometry with a 3D print model. So I think this is it, guys. This is the final result. I can keep push it over and over, but yeah, it has to end, right? So, a small note for me here. I need to work on the connection between his torso, his biceps, and deltoid. These three parts I need to. It was a very time consuming connecting these, so I'll try to find a solution here for these. And yeah, this is basically it for today. Thanks so much for watching. And again, thanks so much for your support so far. Thanks for buying my product. If you buy one of them, I'm glad I got help. So let's make a small thumbnail here just for people to check. So this is it, guys. Thanks so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.